we had Mandy Rose versus Nikki Cross, but Mandy Rose is going to cut a promo before the match, making fun of Nikki Cross for being ugly, Mandy Rose says. Really? I don't know what happened to be a star. So, for one, ignoring the obvious of the double standards with the bullying and all that, like, I understand to an extent that it's just storytelling, right? You know, the bad guy is going to say bad things about the good guy, and then at the end, the good guy is going to get the comeuppance and beat the bad guy. So, I get that to an extent, but I don't understand, like, why it has to be this way and why it was so overt. And the other thing is, I hate the double standard, and not the double standard I just talked about, but the double standard between the way they book men's storylines versus women's storylines. Because, and it happens all the time, it's not always in a degrading way in these women's storylines, where they talk about each other's looks. Like, they might say, like, oh, you're pretty or whatever. I think Nia Jax said that about Ronda Rousey during their program. But you wouldn't see Brock Lesnar being the heel and Seth Rollins being the babyface, and then Brock Lesnar says, I'm better than you, Seth, because I'm prettier than you. For one, that wouldn't be true, because Brock isn't the prettiest man. But you get my drift. Like, it's a complete double standard, and it focuses away from the wrestling, which it just continues to drive this gap between women's wrestling and just wrestling. It's all wrestling. Nothing should be about how you look, or how you're ugly and I'm pretty and everyone wants to look like me. It shouldn't be about that. It should be about me versus you, and I'm gonna beat you because I'm better than you, or whatever. Like, this is just so lazy. It is baffling that in 2019 that this is still an issue. But, like, I don't understand it. And I don't know if part of the problem is that, most of the writers are guys. And, it's just, whether intentionally or not, the whole thing is just very patronizing. And I remember a while back they were saying that Dana Warrior was supposed to be involved more in the writing for things like this, but I don't know what her role exactly is, but either way, there's not a ton of women writers there. And so it just comes off as so patronizing that this is what we focus on rather than the wrestling. So I don't get that. I don't understand it at all.